The following is paid advertising for Rendon and Associates. Hello, I'm Ruben Rendon, and we're here to talk to you, those of you who've been injured on the job, those of you who have suffered a personal injury, concerning your need for medical care and your income benefits. With me is Bill Polkingham, an attorney with Rendon and Associates, and together we'll discuss the issues that involve you and the circumstances that you find yourself in. First, I want to start off with on-the-job injuries. And in Texas, what we have is a workers' comp system that allows employers not to have state workers' comp. In other words, Texas is the only state in the United States currently that will allow an employer not to have workers' compensation for its employees. And Bill, what does that mean to those people who work for somebody that doesn't have workers' compensation?
Well, if they're injured on the job and the employer does not have workers' compensation coverage, then there's in a situation where they have to file a lawsuit to try to obtain damages because of their injury, and it's called a non-subscriber lawsuit, where the injured employee actually files suit against the employer to obtain medical benefits and lost wages.
Now, the state system, when they do have state workers' comp, is an administrative system. Whatever the worker needs, or whatever the worker is supposed to be provided with, is covered by state law, and the state law allows for an administrative system to resolve the disputes that come up during that system. In the non-subscriber situation, the employee is faced with a situation where he may not be provided with medical care. An employer doesn't have to have anything for the employee if he's outside of the state system. Isn't that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah. The main problem we have when we see that situation, of course, is to get medical care. And some employers have what they call occupational injury policies. Some employers don't have anything. But under the state system, then you are under the rules of the state as far as providing for those benefits. What is it as far as the main issue we see a lot of times in the state system is the issue of getting medical care? What do most workers qualify for, or what are they sort of entitled to as far as medical care goes under the state system?
Under a state workers' compensation system in Texas, an injured worker who has a valid claim of work-related injury is entitled to medical care that is reasonable and necessary and related to the compensable injury for basically lifetime medical coverage. The problem arises when there's a question about what is reasonable and necessary treatment at a particular point in the claim. But theoretically, the injured worker is entitled to lifetime medical for the compensable injury. Now,
being entitled to lifetime medical and getting lifetime medical are two entirely different things.
Sure.
An workers' comp insurance company can send you to their doctor, and he can say you don't need any more medical care, and then the employee is stuck trying to fight that.
Correct. Or there can be an extent of injury dispute where the insurance company says, we believe you have a lumbar sprain strain or low back sprain strain only, and your herniated disc in your lumbar spine is not covered under workers' comp.
Now, this is why you need a lawyer. You need a lawyer even if you're in the state workers' comp system. The Division of Workers' Compensation many times will tell you you don't. But let me tell you, if you are seriously injured, you're losing time from work. Advertising. The chances are that you will not be able to return to do your job. Then you need somebody to help you work through this system that understands how and what is possible and what is not possible. Because I can tell you right now, the rules are just the beginning. What you have to understand is how the system works. You have to understand is how much help is the state's going to be, and then you have to understand how much you're going to need in order not only to hassle with the insurance company, but to hassle with the state. The state workers' comp system has what they call networks for doctors, and Bill and I both had a lot of experience with network doctors, and that's a whole different ballgame, let me tell you. And it's hard to find any doctor that provides workers' comp care that isn't in a network. Now, a whole different system, of course, is the longshore system. That's a federal workers' comp system that applies to federal workers, federal longshore workers. Now, that doesn't apply to postal employees or people down at the airports. They have their own system, separate and apart. But if you fall under what's called the Longshore Act, and that also includes what we call Defense-Based Act cases. In other words, if you are working for a KBR out in Afghanistan and you slip in the shower and hurt your back, then you are administratively under the longshore system. That system is like I said, a federal system. It's separate and apart, and you have to be careful because companies that have longshore coverage and state coverage will put you under the state coverage. I've seen that more and more. They'll put you under the state coverage because it is cheaper for them. If there's one thing theme throughout all this workers' comp, it's money. That's all it is money. You're hurt, you're no longer making money for your company, you're costing money for the insurance company, and they're a business. They want to make money, not give it out to you. So you can bet that if you don't know somebody how to get what you deserve out of the system, you need to hire somebody, because they are not there to help you get money. They're there to keep their money. And I don't think you'll disagree with that, Bill.
No, I would agree with what you're saying, yes.
And that's true throughout the system. It's also true, when you involve personal injury cases. Those are injury cases that occur where there's no workers' comp coverage. You can be hurt at work, but if they don't have workers' comp coverage, then it's a personal injury case. Or you can be hurt at work and you can have what they call a third-party case. And Bill, explain a little bit to the people about the relationship between a third-party case and if their employer has state workers' comp.
Well, if the the injured worker is injured on a premises that's not related to the employer, and the other premises owner or a person involved in the accident is negligent and causes the injury, then the injured worker in that situation would not only have their state workers' comp claim, but they'd also have a claim for negligence against the tortfeasor or the person who caused the injuries, which is separate and apart from the state workers' comp claim.
Again, we have together over 50 years of experience handling injuries, over 50 years handling workers' comp cases, longshore cases, personal injury cases, automobile cases. We can help you because these systems are complicated, especially a system that will come to you and say, hey, or an adjuster that comes to you and say, hey, don't hire a lawyer, we're going to provide you with what you need. Why would they say that to you? They'll say that to you because they are there to save money. Advertisement. The studies that I've read in all these areas indicate that someone who's injured, whether it's on the job, outside of the job, in a car wreck, an 18-wheeler wreck, out there on the platform, receives more money with a lawyer than without. And that's the bottom line, money. Okay, and that's why you need to call us. The numbers on the screen, and the consultation is free, and we're here to help you. We're here to show you how the system works and to help you go through the system. We were talking about third-party cases. The issue comes up not only if you're here on within the jurisdiction of the state system, but it also happens on maritime. You're out on a rig. You're on a boat going out to the rig. You're repairing rigs. Those individuals are covered on generally what's called maritime law. You could be a longshoreman. You can be a welder. You can be an operator out there on one of those rigs, and different laws will apply to you. So if you've been injured and you need money for medical care and for income, if you qualify, call us. Don't let the insurance company stay with your money. Call us now.